I think that the changes with the House settlement and how NIL is working and every school's interpretation of, what the July 1st deadline meant and everything else is certainly creating some confusion. Ohio State was not going to be the first to have $1 million assistant coach. Ohio State was not going to be the first to do this, was not going to be the first to do that. I think Ohio State probably playing it a little more cautious right now. And I think you're seeing Ohio State miss out on some big NIL deals. I think we're seeing kids that under normal circumstances, never want to say all things being equal in recruiting, because it's not. The Ohio State brand is greater than so many other brands out there that all things are not equal. But I think that if you were to take NIL off the table, which is impossible, but if you were to take NIL off the table, Ohio State would, this defensive line class, I'm not saying Brickell and Simeon wouldn't be in the class. They would be in the class, but I think the class would almost be full at this point. Now there's a lot of kind of looking around and trying to figure out what they're going to do as kids are committing to the team up north, Ole Miss, other places like that, because everybody's approaching this, life after the House settlement a little differently.
Yeah, I think it's something that we are just kind of scratching the surface of what the next step is going to be. And the Wall Street Journal had a pretty good article. It's behind the paywall, but it was a pretty good article that kind of depicted what Ohio State's up against or what Ohio State's trying to deal with. And I think what you're going to see, people throw out these numbers, 20 million last year, could be in the 30 million range this year to field a team. And then it's going to dial back, in my opinion, because I think you're going to have 15 to 16 million from the revenue sharing. And how much are you going to realistically get in bona fide NIL deals for these players? And how do you negotiate all that? And it feels like you're trying to corral a bunch of cats, that you're chasing shadows. And as Kevin said, what one school views as, proper, another school may not view it that way. And I think Ohio State is already on record saying that they're not going to float the margins quite as hard as some of the other schools are. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in the next 18 months.
If you're in a particular situation, whether that be in the car or elsewhere, and the YouTube doesn't work for you, you can catch us Buckeyes Live on your favorite audio platform: Amazon, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, etc. All right.